Hopefully we'll check in with the family a little bit later on in the coming months. But we got to go to the forecast in a second. First, we're learning South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster has lifted the state of emergency for Tropical Storm Imelda.
Yeah, the state's now back to normal operations, but officials say some areas could still see high surf and rip currents, as well as minor coastal flooding. So, of course, we want to get the very latest here.
That's right, Brad. You've been tracking Imelda, Humberto as well. We were talking about the Fujiwara effect, which won't happen. But, man, what a thing to learn about, to be honest.
Yeah, the good news, both of those storms staying offshore. Remember, when you hear the state of emergency thing, I thought people think that's a bigger deal. It just opens the resources for the states to react to these systems. Doesn't mean something bad is actually happening or going to happen. It's just a way to kind of free up those resources for the state, county, or city to kind of respond to any of these weather events. You can see the rain moving across the area right now. That rain is moving from east to west. That rain is light and moderate at times, but it's the perfect kind of rain. Soaks into the ground, gives us some beneficial rain, which we desperately need. Hope we get more actually out of this. Now, it's indirectly associated with Imelda because it's not the direct rainfall, but the whole steering mechanism is throwing moisture back north, and it's being lifted by a stalled front, which is over the Carolinas. So overnight, the rain's going to continue. Again, misty, drizzly kind of stuff. Pretty light overall, but very damp out there. Tomorrow, first half of the day, some showers, but then it improves in the afternoon, and we should get back into the mid-70s. There's our two systems, tropical storm, hurricane. But honestly, Imelda is pretty close to becoming a hurricane here. It's only about 9 miles per hour off of becoming that. So I would expect by the 8 p.m. intermediate advisory and certainly by the 11 o'clock full advisory, we'll see this upgraded to a hurricane. There's the track. Follows Humberto. Humberto's weakening the ridge over the Atlantic. That's going to allow for both storms to get pushed off to the northeast. You see the track of both of them. Also have a big dip in the jet stream coming down. So regardless of where these storms are going to go, eventually they're going to get pushed off to the east as that cold front and trough digs in across the eastern half of the country. The good news is it's happening pretty quickly and removing all threats to the coast. The one threat we will see, though, rip currents and swells. Anytime you have big hurricanes, even if they're well offshore, they can generate big swells which hit the coast and create rip currents. So dangerous rip currents and surf, and likely some high tides and beach erosion. Not a great day to be on the water offshore. Definitely going to have some rough seas as you get offshore. We could see 10 to 15 foot waves not too far from the coast. Now our rain tonight, tomorrow, that's the best chance we've had in about 3 weeks, and it might be the best chance we have in the next 10 days. That's why we need every drop that is falling out there tonight. Now temperatures will be cooler at night and cooler by day, but a little bit warmer by the end of the week. Remember, the average highs in the 70s now, so seeing any 80s in the forecast definitely means above normal conditions. So tomorrow morning we have some rain. By the afternoon, we're in the 70s, though. Your Jerry Hunt Super Center 7-day forecast. Look at that. Those mornings are going to be great. Upper 40s, low 50s, highs in the 70s, but we could be close to 80 again by the weekend for the Roval 400 and the home Panthers game. Big weekend at the Speedway. Next week, a little warmer. Average highs should be in the upper 70s. We're going to spend most of next week, it looks like, possibly in the low 80s.
Oh, my. All right.